Hello everyone, it's me TofuStack, and I've decided to make a video coming pretty much out of my slumber, which has been 3 months around there. And what I wanted to talk about is very important to me. It is the Power Rangers Iceberg. Before I got this idea, I was working on another video, which will probably still release later on, but the Power Rangers Iceberg. I found this iceberg on Reddit, and I decided to do a narration of it because I don't think I have seen one on YouTube. I think I might have saw one, but it's in Spanish. Even though I can understand it, some people may not. So I decided to do one in English. So let's get right into it. Countdown to Destruction is the final episode in the Power Rangers Space. It was a two-parter and is most well known for killing off Zordon by the end of the episode. He has not been seen in the main Power Rangers continuity since his destruction at the end of the episode. He has shown up in the 2017 Power Rangers movie, being played by Breaking Bad's Bryan Cranston. From 2001 to 2010, Disney owned the Power Rangers license, and they made and distributed the shows. The shows that come from this era are Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, Jungle Fury, and the final Power Rangers series produced by Disney was Power Rangers RPM. In 2018, the toy company known as Hasbro acquired the rights to become Power Rangers' main toy manufacturer, but then it was later revealed that Hasbro had bought up all the rights for Power Rangers. Hasbro is still the owner of the Power Rangers rights, and they have made two shows, Power Rangers Beast Morphers and Power Rangers Dino Fury. Kaleesh explosions refer to the huge explosions that were mostly used in the Disney era of Power Rangers. Here's an example of a Kaleesh explosion. As you can see, the explosions were overdramatic and make no sense in the context of what is happening on screen. Most people in the fandom hate them because they are overused in the entirety of the Disney era. The explosions get their name from Bruce Kaleesh, who was the producer for most of the Disney era. To promote the release of the 2017 Power Rangers movie, they had a promotion with Krispy Kreme. During the promotion, you could have gotten Power Rangers themed donuts. Krispy Kreme also had significant brand placement in the film, such as in the final act, where Rita Repulsa shows up. The Lightning Collection is a series of toys produced by Hasbro. The series includes past and present Rangers, and the figures are pretty nice as well. Hasbro is still coming out with these toys, and there's more series to come. If you ever want to buy some of these, they are still widely available. You can pretty much get them in any store. Since these are also a Hasbro product, they are very easy to find. Megazords are one of the most well-known part of Power Rangers. They are all the Ranger swords put together, put into a huge robot. The Rangers use the Megazord to battle huge opponents. They have become a cult classic and a pop culture icon. Each series has one Megazord. Many incarnations of the Megazord exist outside of Power Rangers. There's Megazord toys. Megazord toys seem to sell pretty well because of how much little kids really likes huge, cool looking robots. And recently, Reebok and Power Rangers teamed up to make a Megazord themed shoe, which honestly looks really cool. Nickelodeon is a children's channel that since 2011 has broadcasted the Power Rangers in many countries across the world. The first series they broadcasted was Power Rangers Samurai, and to this day, they still broadcast the Power Rangers, and they are still broadcasting Power Rangers Dino Fury. Power Rangers Samurai is the first series Saban Entertainment produced after getting the license back from Disney. This is definitely one of the most well-loved series in the whole Power Rangers franchise. I personally love it, and it was personally one of the first shows I ever watched because of its inclusion on Nickelodeon. Ron Rosserman is a well-known television music producer. He is known for his work on the X-Men, but more importantly, he is well known for being the creator of the Go Go Power Rangers theme song. Saban Brands is the company that owned Power Rangers from the very beginning 2001, when the license was taken away by Disney. They got it back in 2011, but sold it to Hasbro in 2018. In the Power Rangers fandom, there's a large amount of people who hate Super Megaforce. People think that it's because they misused all the old Rangers and that they didn't do them justice. To most people, the story also seemed very bland and compared to the other seasons. Tommy Oliver, played by Jason David Frank, has been in the most Power Ranger seasons of any other Power Ranger. He was the Green and White Ranger in Mighty Morphin. He was the Red Ranger in both Zeo and Turbo. And finally, he was the Black Dino Ranger in Power Rangers Dino Thunder. He has made many returns in other seasons as well, such as in Super Megaforce. Green with Evil is the 5-parter of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that introduces the Green Ranger. It is held by very high regard by most of the fandom. Most people say that it still holds up, as it's one of the best arcs in Mighty Morphin in any Power Ranger series. Tessa Rao's character Izzy, also known as Dino Fury Green Ranger, is the first canon LGBT Power Ranger, as in one of the episodes, she is shown walking with her girlfriend. In Mighty Morphin, there was a crossover with one of other Saban series known as Mask Rider. This is a very obscure collaboration as Masked Rider failed in America. Ron Wasserman has made many demo tapes from many more seasons of Power Rangers. He made the Power Ranger SPD theme song. He also made a demo for Dino Thunder's theme song, which is somewhere on YouTube. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have crossed over with Power Rangers more than once. They've had live-action collaborations, comic collaborations, and even toy collaborations. In the second season of Mighty Morphin, the Thunderzords are introduced. They were taken from the season of Super Sentai, after the one that Mighty Morphin was adapted from. Like stated before, Tommy Oliver has appeared in many Power Rangers series, and he's also played 5 different Rangers. Power Rangers Legacy Wars is a Power Rangers mobile game developed by Animoca Brands. It is a fan favorite game and has many Power Rangers from all the different seasons. It seems very fun. I'm pretty sure I've played it before, but I might have to check it out after making this video. The 2-parter Doomsday is supposed to be the finale of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The plot was later changed from a series finale to more like a season finale, as Power Rangers had a massive boom in popularity in America. "No one gets inside our circle" was a line said over and over by the Power Rangers in the episode Wormhole that follows the Dino Rangers meeting the SPD Rangers.
No one gets inside our circle! No one gets inside! 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 No one gets inside!
Power Rangers Energy Chasers was a rumored adaptation of Tokumai Sentai Go Busters. It was never released as an actual season, but in 2018, we finally got the Tokumai Sentai Go Busters adaptation in Beast Morphers. This is a phrase said in the fandom, as Samurai took most of its story beats from the Sentai it was adapted from. People say it is worse, as it has poor acting and just doesn't live up to the original Sentai. Power Rangers Jungle Fury is supposed to be the final season of Power Rangers, as Disney did not want to do anything with Power Rangers. But Bandai convinced them to make another season, which was RPM. This is referring to the fact that there are suits only seen in the Megazord, such as the Samurai and SPD. This is referring to the fact that Chance Simpson was originally cast to play Calvin in Power Rangers Ninja Steel, before he was suddenly recast without any notice. Starting in 2003, Power Rangers was filmed in New Zealand, but it was also banned in New Zealand at the same time. As stated before, Power Rangers RPM was the last season made by Disney, but it was only made because Bandai had convinced Disney to make one more season. When Saban Entertainment bought back the rights, they made Power Rangers Samurai. In Power Rangers Turbo, the movie, the original cast was changed into a new cast. Man was supposed to be the first Super Sentai series adapted into Power Rangers, because Hayim Saban had made a demo using Bioman footage, but it failed to attract any interest into becoming a full show. As a result of that, Power Rangers' first season was Mighty Morphin. In flashbacks in Dino Thunder, the Green Ranger's helmet seemed to have a white stripe on it, but it was removed in other seasons where the Green Ranger returns. This is a line stated by Justin when he becomes the new Blue Ranger in the Power Rangers Turbo movie. He was turned into the new Blue Ranger because Saban Brands thought that a child being a Power Ranger would attract more children and would appeal to children at the same time. Legendary Battle was what the battle that happened at the end of Super Mega Force was branded as, even though the battle was very anticlimactic and didn't have most of the original cast return. Only a few of the original cast returned. The rest were just extras in Power Ranger suits. In 2021, has removed all seasons except Mighty Morphin and the newer seasons from Netflix, leaving the only way to legally own these and watch these episodes is through DVD releases, which are very expensive to maintain and very expensive to collect them all. 2020, the channel The Illuminati started a rumor that Hasbro and Toei had split up, but this was proven false. Jonathan Satchor was an executive producer for Power Rangers. He produced Samurai and Super Mega Force, and many more seasons, but in 2016 he walked away from the Power Rangers series. The Super Sentai series Lupin Ranger vs. Pat Ranger has been officially confirmed as never getting a Power Rangers adaptation. This is because Power Rangers as cops in a recent political landscape, it would be weird to see a TV show for kids that have cops as the main protagonists. It also stated that the executive producers say that they don't want to see the Power Rangers be criminals, as they're supposed to be heroes. This honestly sucks, because I really would have loved to see an adaptation of this. And the Sentai opening theme goes crazy. Go listen to it. Okay, next entry into the iceberg. It's referring to the fact that Megaforce actors have said that they do not like their time in the show, that the acting was bad and the work conditions were bad. And this has been proven false in a way, as some say that they really enjoyed their time on Super Mega Force, but others say that they didn't. Since Power Rangers adapt Super Sentai footage, there was some footage that had Rangers that we haven't had adaptations to in America in Super Mega Force. They were just called New Powers because they couldn't be explained in any other way. There was originally a different plot for Samurai that was laid out by a different producer. This original plot followed something very different from what we got in Samurai, and something very different from the original Sentai series that it was adapted from. Casual Power Rangers fans usually mistake other Toku series like Kamen Rider and Metal Heroes as the similarities in both series, with the suits and just the overall tone of the show. Power Rangers Hexagon is what the adaptation of Hurricane Ranger was supposed to be called before the buyout of Disney. It was supposed to have a return to some Rangers, but this was cancelled after Disney bought out the Power Rangers license and made Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Scorpion Rain was a fan hoax made up to connect both Zeo and Turbo, as in the Turbo movie they do not make any mention to the reason why the Zeo powers were abandoned. Just like any series, the Power Rangers have a toxic side in the fandom, which is very common in any fandom, such as My Hero Academia fandom, which has a very toxic side of the fan base. But Power Rangers seems like the show that wouldn't have a toxic side of the fandom. But every show has a toxic side. No such thing as monsters is a line that makes no sense that was said in the Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue and Power Rangers Lost Galaxy collaboration episode. Because early in the seasons, we see monsters causing rampage in the city, which is why the receptors should have known that monsters are real. This is in reference to the fact that the yellow Mighty Morphin Ranger was played by an Asian woman, and the Black Ranger was played by a black man. And then in Power Rangers Zeo, the Red Ranger was played by Tommy Oliver, who canonically was from Native American descent. This is seen as racist, or that they were purposely typecast because of the nicknames that people of those races are called. The character Kite from Power Rangers Wild Force was a child who was later revealed to be Animus, a godlike Megazord creature. Once a Ranger is an anniversary episode from Operation Overdrive that brought back 5 different Rangers. The Black Mighty Morphin Ranger, the Red SPD Ranger, now played by the formerly Green Ranger, the Green Mystic Force Ranger, the Blue Ninja Storm Ranger, and the Yellow Dino Thunder Ranger. This refers to a rumor that Riley the Green Ranger was written to be gay, but it was turned down by Saban Entertainment. Once Saban Entertainment got back the Power Rangers license in 2010, they went on a copyright striking spree, taking down many fan projects. They were later made to put back up because of the fan outrage that resulted in Saban taking down the Power Rangers fan projects that they had taken down. At 2007 Power Rangers Super Morphicon, the actor who portrayed the Black Operation Overdrive Ranger, Samuel Benta, was allegedly caught stealing a banner that was supposed to be signed by all the Power Rangers and all the fans in attendance. Zika is the Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Magna Defender's son. He had an on-screen death, which many people say scarred him when they were children because of the death of a child character. Death in Power Rangers is something very, very, very out of the ordinary because it's a children's show. So not many people are supposed to die in the children's show. Troy's the Red Ranger from Power Rangers Super Megaforce and Megaforce. People do not like his character because people think he's just a very stereotypical leader and a very boring and poor written character. In the original RPM ending, Dylan was supposed to be a spy for Vajix in Vajix's final form, which would result in them having to kill Dylan, which is very dark. Power / Rangers is a very dark and gritty fan film that makes Mighty Morphin even darker than it already was. This was originally taken down by Saban during Saban's copyright strikes that went overboard. Hello guys, at this point in the video, it gets very dark, so if you guys have very, very, very bad triggers to some stuff, do not go past this part because it gets very sensitive and it's very dark, and you do not want to activate one of your triggers if you have a trigger for death and other stuff of that sort. So please, please, please stop watching now or skip to the end. I'll put a timestamp to when this part ends, but if you guys have a trigger, do not go past this part and just skip to the outro, or just stop watching this video entirely. Thank you guys, and let's get on to the rest of the video. Thank you. It has been stated that the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger staff was very homophobic to David Yost. He was supposedly called slurs, and he was made fun of for his sexual orientation. The people that David accused of being homophobic towards him was Bryan Cranston, but Bryan Cranston has now apologized. Richard Cannell is the actor who portrayed Ernie in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. He unfortunately passed away at age 47 due to a heart attack. Toy Trang, the first yellow Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, passed away in 2001 due to her dying in a car crash. Not many people know of her death, as she died in September. Her memorial was the day before 9/11. That is why not many people know about her death, as it wasn't highly televised. Valerie Vernon, the actor who played Kendricks in Lost Galaxy, was diagnosed with leukemia during the filming of the show. This caused her character to be killed off after her diagnosis. Like previously stated, David Yost suffered through lots of homophobia during his time in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It gets so bad that he forced himself to go to conversion therapy. Nowadays, he's doing well, and now he is happy with who he is. The Red Wild First Ranger, Rick Medina, was accused of murder and was convicted for manslaughter because he killed his roommate with a sword. He has now been released in 2021. Pua Magasiva was the Ninja Storm Red Ranger. He unfortunately passed away in 2019. He ended his own life, but after he ended his own life, his ex-wife came out with abuse charges that were put against him before his death, but they were hidden away because he wanted to keep his name suppressed in any legal papers. But after his death, his wife finally revealed the papers, letting us know to the world he was a domestic abuser before his death. In all honesty, guys, I don't want to even talk about this one. I'm sorry. Don't search it up, please. I'm being 100% serious. Don't search it up. I searched it up in the research for this, and it was very gross, and I do not want anyone else to read that. I'm not going to link to anything. I'm not even going to say the name. I'm just going to show it. But I'm sorry. I'm not going to talk about this one. It is way too disgusting for me to even get into. I apologize. Let's just keep going. And like, this video is almost over, and I do not even want to talk about this. Search it up at your own risk. But I'm asking you to not. It is very disgusting. I'm being 100% serious. Thank you. Let's get on to the final part in this iceberg. This is referring to the fact that the actor who played Andros in Power Rangers in Space has a movie where he kisses his own sister. Yeah, he kisses his own sister. This movie is called Kickboxing Academy, and I don't know what was going through the director's head making two siblings kiss each other, but what the fuck? Okay, so this is the end of the iceberg. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was like a 4-day process in making. This video was very long to make. I don't even know what I'm saying, bro. I've been working on this video for way too long, and it's like jumbling up my words. This is a very hard video to make because I'm not used to working with scripts. I'm just used to saying what's on my mind. So thank you guys for watching. I don't know if I'll ever make another iceberg video, but thank you to the people who made this iceberg, and also to the user who explained everything from the iceberg on the comments of the iceberg. I'm going to put up their names right now, but thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.